Hi everyone, how you doing? Oh God, hi Dilly, hi Jim. Exhausted does not even cover it. I've overdone it and I've made myself, yeah, sorry guys, you know what I'm like. I can never be on time for anything, for goodness sake. I've overdone it, seriously overdone it. Why is it that life has to give you lemons and make you really busy and then really ill before Christmas? Why does it have to be so busy before Christmas? Hi, Sarah. I just don't get it. It's not fair. Anyway, what's been happening? Right, so guys, I can't stay on too long tonight because I still got to do the dog, and I was hoping to have a long soak in a boiling hot bath before the live to just liven myself up, but it didn't happen. So I want to try and do it before bed. Anyway, guys, we've got something exciting coming up for the new year, but we have a special guest who is going to be joining me. We're going to do a whole series of, I'll let her explain who it's from, who it's, oh my God. I'm going to let her explain what we're going to be doing because seeing as it was her idea, she's one of my very loyal subs, and I'm going to put the link in. Right, no, wrong one again. Wrong one. This is it. Hi, Pixie. Oh, hi, Defender. Right, she will be joining us any second now, and we are going to be doing something other than drama in the new year. This is just sort of a brief introductory into what we'll be doing, but you have to stay tuned because this case I never knew existed. I'd never even heard of the woman. Oh no, device is not connected. Typical. Absolutely effing typical. Right, okay. The special guest is Cheryl, and she has some very, very interesting information about a case that was practically shut down straight away. Oh, here we go.
Aha.
Hello.
Hello, my dear. I was laughing
Oh,
at you because I'm in the
I
same
thought,
boat.
do you know what? I thought we were going to have one of those evenings where we're going to be going, no, still doesn't work. 10
Yeah,
o'clock, no, still doesn't work.
that's been my whole week. You know what I mean? It's just been a mess. Uh, God.
Oh dear. So, everybody, hi SB, everybody welcome Cheryl Reeves for us. And we will be talking about, is it Eileen? I've forgotten her surname.
Yeah, it's Eileen Mornos.
Yes. Do you just want to briefly explain how you know about it, if that's all right?
Yeah, I
And
mean, because I know, things are hectic before Christmas and whatnot, but we can touch briefly on it. And, I didn't know if
yeah,
you wanted to read some of that stuff. I've got tons of the paperwork. I worked for the public defender's office back on this case when it first started. Our office
yeah.
originally got it. And when you want to interject, Flop, just, cut me off and interject because I know all
No,
that stuff.
you're okay.
I didn't know
Yeah,
if you could read it all or whatnot. It's kind of hard to photocopy and send on, but there's just thousands and thousands of letters, her personal letters. And that's how
yeah,
I got involved in this case. Eventually, this lady came out of the woodwork named Arlene Praley, and you'll see her name crop up when we start showing documents and whatnot.
yeah.
And she was a horse breeder out there in Ocala, California, that or
Oh,
Ocala, Florida, that caught on to Arlene. Let's see, Eileen and Arlene. God, I hate those two names. It
Yeah.
drives me crazy. So if I goof it up, bear with me. But yeah, there's
No, you're
actually,
okay.
when I was going through this again last night, putting it in order, there's actually more documents and letters from that lady than there is our own client. And
Yikes.
she ended up adopting Warnos, and or I'll just call her Lee. That's the name she went by, was Lee.
Yeah.
Adopting her and and I always felt it was a money thing. She was coming off as a religious lady and was going to introduce her to God and all that stuff.
Oh,
But
yeah.
she ended up causing nothing but problems because she interfered in the case and eventually talked Lee into going with this private attorney that was way out of his league. He was a fat, I don't know if you remember seeing the guy. He had curly hair, he was fat and dumpy, and he was a entertainment lawyer, supposedly.
Oh,
And
right.
they talked her into pleading guilty to everything.
Oh,
So
God.
yeah, we only got through the first trial with the public defender's office, and then they got involved, and then that's when everything went to shit. So it was a mess.
Oh, God. That
Yeah,
poor woman. So basically, this lady didn't even have really a fair trial.
no,
Was
not at
shut
all.
down, yeah, was just totally from what we can make out is totally shut down. Like a lot of these cases, it's like I said at the beginning, I've never heard of this lady before.
Well,
Um,
they named her the first American female serial killer. That's since been kind of disproved, but there
right,
were 7 victims. And I never try to take sides in these cases because you have to try to stay objective. It's hard
yeah,
when you deal with there's some real scumbags out there.
yeah, I can imagine.
She was something else. I had a hard time with her because I felt sorry for her. I really did feel sorry for her. The media got a hold of this. When we start going into some of the headlines and laying all this stuff out, we can take this as long as you guys want to go with it and how everybody else in the chat feels about it, because there's just so much. But they dubbed her as ignorant and, slutty and just all a gay, queer nut job. She
Oh,
wasn't any of those things. She was highly intelligent. You can
yeah,
tell by her handwriting. I mean, she hardly ever misspells a word. She
yes,
and she wasn't even what I would call a hardcore drug addict. She didn't have a heroin problem or an opiate problem. She had a little bit of a meth crack problem, I guess,
mm,
but nothing that she was, dependent on every day to,
yeah.
and
Wow, what a story! And yeah, guys, I mean, me and Cheryl spoke on the phone briefly about this, and we were thinking about doing sort of like a whole series. Like, obviously, Cheryl, if you can do once a week, or what do you think? Once
yeah,
every,
we can do once a week.
yeah, what do you think? Or if we, anything else happens in between, we could, try it every other week or whatever you want to do. Because I know it's like this busy time of year, and this is why I thought it'd be a good idea before
Yeah,
Christmas to
kind of
say,
introduce everybody to what's going
yeah,
on and what it was about. I mean, when we start reading her letters, it becomes very apparent. She definitely had mental issues, and that
yeah,
was what was so heartbreaking, because this was back in the day. This started in 1989, and I think some of the people in the chat probably weren't even born then, or were just baby. I am aging myself out here, damn it. But anyway.
no,
uh, this is back when they didn't have mental health. There's a
oh,
psychological evaluation on her, but they didn't do anything with it. Not a damn thing. She didn't have really any counseling. She didn't have any therapy. She was a victim of the system from when she was a kid, the typical
yes,
broken home, shoved around through the system,
mhm.
had been molested as a child,
Well,
raped,
that
and
explains a lot.
yeah, yep, like a lot of them. But I think she was undiagnosed bipolar.
Right.
And it becomes apparent because one minute she would be cooperating with us and very coherent and able to help in her defense. And then she would read something in the press and just go off the deep end, start fighting with the jailers, get herself thrown, into the hole. And it was just such a
Wow.
big mess psychologically all the way around. And then we
Wow.
haven't even gotten into the girlfriend.
No, well, the girlfriend,
That's
oh
a whole
God,
nother mess in and of itself. Yeah.
yikes. They could have done a movie about this.
Well, they did.
Oh, they
Charlene
did.
Theron actually played, can you believe that? Played Warnos. I always thought that was strange casting, but
Oh, wow.
it's called Monster.
Called Monster. Do you think it's on Netflix? Because sometimes
Yeah.
they pick up the old ones, don't they?
Yeah. It's on Netflix.
Right, okay,
So,
everyone, watch Netflix after. After we've done the series on YouTube, then you can watch
yeah.
Netflix.
Then check it out because it was fairly good. I mean, you know how they like to sensationalize things. But
Yeah,
I always had a theory. I wish we had been able to go through with the rest of the trial. And that's what a lot of the victims were upset about because I have all her statements in here on what happened with all 7 victims. But the only one the media ever heard about was the first one, that
right.
Richard Mallory guy. That's the only one. Because once she pleaded guilty, everything shut down. All the
Yes.
documents went into the files and oh, and I was going to tell everybody, I told you, Flop, but the way
Yeah.
I got these documents, the public defender's office in 92 was getting ready to go from paper to digital. Everything was getting ready to go on. Got to remember the day and era. We were using computers, but things weren't, everything wasn't on the computer. Internet was just getting started. So these files were all in the process of getting put onto computers and then the rest were being dumped. And I didn't want to see this stuff. And I wish, I used to have the crime scene photos and I wish I'd hung on to those, but I think
Yeah.
I told you, Flop, I didn't feel right about holding on to the, my hubby always yells at me. He said, you should hang on to those. And I should have, because a lot of them nobody had ever seen before. They had seen the first ones from the first crime. But like I said, once we shut it down, that was it. Everything went into the file, and nobody ever saw the crime scene photos from the second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth, seventh
Wow.
crime. So,
Wow, that is absolutely amazing. It's I do agree with Pixie there. Libras are flaky. I can be quite flaky
oh,
on
Pixie
Libra
saw
too.
Monster. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, you saw
Defender seen it.
Monster?
Yeah.
Oh wow, I've got to watch that now, but I'm going
Yeah.
to watch it after we've done our series. That do you know what? That is absolutely amazing. And I feel so privileged to have you here, knowing
Ah,
that you were involved with the case. It's really, really wow. What can I say? Thank you so much, Cheryl. But
oh,
yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting.
now I'm glad to do it. I always thought we needed more of her. Not much was known about her. She was painted, well, like they did the name of the movie, as a monster.
Yeah.
And that was it. Everybody, and like I say, I'm not trying to paint her out as a saint or anything. She was
Mm,
far from it. But she
yeah.
wasn't the evil person they painted her out to be either.
No, this is it. I think it's like I said to you over the phone. Over in the UK, this obviously two totally different cases, but the only case I can sort of justice-wise, I can relate this to is the Thomas Meyer case. He allegedly killed Joe Cox just before we exited the European Union. And with him, it was the same thing. He wasn't allowed to speak, forced him to plead guilty, and it was all shut down very, very
Yeah,
quickly.
I
Now,
hate
in
when
my
they do
gut,
that.
something isn't right there. I always think, let them speak. We
Yeah.
need to hear both sides here because it just didn't seem right. The whole thing, it all happened so quickly. So I just think with some of these, I just think when they're shut down so quickly, you have to ask the question.
Yeah. Defender, yeah. I think the first one was self-defense, but you'll see as we go through all of this, like I said, I have her statements. she carried that self-defense thing too far. I think it was a way of not accepting guilt, even though when that Arlene Praley lady got her all into God and accepting Jesus, and she
Mhm.
admitted her guilt, she still wouldn't admit her guilt, if you get what I mean. She had an excuse for it, and it's no way 7 different men raped her like that. She
No.
was turning tricks, is what she was doing, trying to support her, and that Tyria is the girlfriend. And because Tyree used to turn tricks too, and Lee didn't want her out turning tricks. I don't know if it was a jealousy thing or if it was trying to defend her. There's probably a little bit of both in there, but that was the way she kind of justified her actions after, the first one is, and she killed him, shot him. She just kind of went off on a killing spree. It was like, I did the first one, boom. So I think things would get a little ugly, and she could be set off she could be triggered, I guess is a word to use nowadays. She could be triggered very easily. So that was
Wow. That is absolutely wow. It's
what's the topic? Hey, Alex, it's the Eileen Warnos murder case. I worked on that case back in the day.
yeah, actually, do you know what? I'm after this, I'm gonna have to I forgot to hashtag her name and put that in the title, because I it's like we were talking about a few days ago. This case needs to be highlighted, in my
Yeah,
opinion,
yeah.
because like we know, lots of people haven't even heard of the poor woman.
No, they hadn't. And, the sad thing, I think that everybody will kind of agree on, which I found heartbreaking, she was participating actively in her defense. And,
Yeah,
a lot of it was BS. And you get used to that in dealing in these kind of cases. And that's what discovery's about. And
yeah,
we had our own set of private investigators in the public defender's office. And you weed out what's fact and what isn't. But she was so obsessed with this girlfriend, and the cops got hold of the girlfriend, who left town immediately when Lee got arrested. And I always believed that Tyree had done 1 or 2 of the murders with her, had a hand in it, because
mhm.
there were witness statements that we got, and you don't hear about these statements until
No,
you dig into the other murders. That's why none of this ever came out at trial, where they saw 2 women leaving the crime scene on at night, on especially the one murder. I think it was the third one. uh, so I just never believed that Lee did this all by herself. The first one, yes, but not these other ones. And so the cops brought Tyree, the girlfriend, back into town. And basically, they scared the crap out of her, told her she could go down for life, and if she didn't set Lee up. So that's what she did. She got her on the phone and got her to confess to all this stuff, that, oh my God, they're going to throw me in jail for life. And so Lee was trying to be the stand-up guy in the relationship, took the whole thing on, and it broke her. Once she confessed to everything, then Tyree left, and they brought her back for the trial, but she wouldn't talk to Lee, wouldn't, nothing, and it just broke her. After that, she didn't care if she lived or died anymore. She quit helping in her case, and then that's when she got tangled up with the other lawyer and all that mess.
wow, that is. God, do you know
Yes,
what?
but I
I
mean,
really
yeah,
feel
there's a lot to this that people don't know.
God. It's so sad, and it's a shame, because it does. It just seems the majority of young children who have been put into care or have had abusive past, or childhoods, hoods,
Yeah,
they always somehow end up either doing the same. Obviously, we understand psychology wise, it's all they've
right.
known. But I just feel if there was just people there for them when they needed it the most, when they
Oh,
were.
yeah. I mean, look at today.
Yeah.
Everything nowadays is all about mental health and all that. Back
Mhm.
then, You didn't have any of that going on. It was just kind of getting started. If
Yeah.
you used drugs and all that, you were scum of the earth. And if you were a prostitute, you deserved what happened to you. That was basically how, the prosecutors look and the police looked at you. It's you brought it on yourself. Doesn't matter that, you had the crap beat out of you as a kid and you
Mhm.
were abused and, this and that. That none of that factored into it. So
Well, yes, or they just performed lobotomies, didn't they?
yeah,
So,
yeah.
or
That's
oh
true.
God,
That's true.
I watch these exploring YouTube people, and they go into some of these abandoned asylums from like in the whenever, like hundreds of years ago, and some of the things they've still got the leg tie things and the beds, and you can just visualize what those poor people had to go through. And when they discuss, you think to yourself, well, no, they wasn't trying to help the people. It was more of an experiment, and then it got to their heads, and it became an obsession with putting innocent people through pain.
Yeah,
Psychopaths.
yeah. I'm telling you.
And it's just oh, it's just sickening. It really, really is sickening. But yeah, this is going to be so exciting, guys. I haven't even really started going through everything Cheryl's given to me, so I'm going to start that properly over the Christmas period when it's calmed down a bit. It's Christmas
Yes.
Day.
Well, and like I said, there's so much because,
Yeah,
this is what happens to people in jail, especially back in the day. Now it's a little different. They have a little more activities for them in the county jail, but not much. County jail is hated because you might, if you're lucky, have a rec room with a TV, but most of the time not, and very limited in what you have to read. And so you sit there and your mind's going 24 hours a day. Meanwhile, we're all back in the office, meeting with investigators, pulling discovery, doing depositions. They're thinking you're not doing anything on their case. And they also think they're the only case you have. So if they don't hear back from you immediately, they get pissed and they get frustrated. And then, they barrage you with all these letters. So when we get into this, you'll see we would get sometimes 3 to 4 letters a day from her, 12 pages long on legal size paper. Front and
my
back. It's
God.
just, yeah, I was trying to read some of this stuff for you, Flop, and get it organized. I was like, damn, I forgot about all this shit. It's like,
Oh God,
oh,
yes. So you've got a mammoth job as it
oh,
is.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
pass it all on to me, bless your heart. I really
Yeah.
appreciate it, though. We all do because we're really looking forward to this.
But I've
And
got transcripts too, telephone transcripts, which are
wow,
pretty interesting. They read fairly easy, and a couple of deposition transcripts, we can read out that go pretty quick. And like I say, lots of, I've got all the old magazine articles and stuff that was in like this one, man-hating murderer slaughtered victims to get even with her dad. She's the
oh,
worst female serial killer in American history, experts claim. This is the kind of crap they were writing. It's
God,
just crazy. Yeah.
that's
Here's,
amazing in a bad way. God,
yeah. Warno sentenced to death. What's the date on this? May 16th, 1992. The damsel of death. It's like, really?
wow,
Oh, God.
1992. I must have been. Oh God, I actually don't even know how old I was then. To be frank, I'm not. My brain's not in the mood to sort the math out.
I'm
But
sticking my tongue out at you right now.
bless your heart.
Here's a good one. I wanted to make lovely Lee Warnos my bride, says Macho Marine. I shouldn't laugh, but you got people coming out of the damn woodwork on these kind of cases. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
absolutely.
psychics would get a hold of us, and I was the one that had to interview all these people. It's like,
Oh my
no.
God.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the whole thing.
Yeah, the shit jobs, they come out of the woodwork and, oh, I've got pertinent information, and you take them into the conference room. And I had a vision last night where
Oh, God.
Arlene Mornos came to me and said that this body's over here. It's like, we're not looking for bodies. We've got them all. What are you talking about? Yeah, it
Oh,
was
my
crazy.
goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, my nerves.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God, that is just hilarious. And of course, that anything for their 5 minutes of fame.
Oh,
And
yeah. Yeah.
even after this, if it does get popular, obviously because people want to know about it,
Oh, yeah.
you'll
I've got a
probably get
file.
other psychic channels. Oh,
Yeah.
Eileen, oh my God.
I've got a file on that too, where
Yes,
the book writer, and it was Current Affair back in the day. I don't know if anybody remembers that show or if you had that over there in Britain, but we had kind of like a TMZ is called Current Affair, and they were in contact with us. There's contracts in here.
it,
Some other person that was trying to write a book, and they were promising all this big money, but Florida had that law that uh, people that committed violent crimes couldn't profit from any of their crimes. So they were trying to figure out who could get the money for, and of course, none of that ever panned out, and she got conned a lot. But yeah,
yeah.
we have all that stuff in the files too. So it's wild.
This is going to be exciting. So yes, we will. Yeah, I think let's get Christmas out the way.
Yeah.
And you recover from the busyness. We all recover from the busyness. And then at least we can take a breath and start afresh.
Yeah, and see where everybody wants to go with this, what parts of it they're interested in, because like I said, there's just so much.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly. We could do our own Netflix series on
we
this.
really could. We really could. I was looking this. I've got 2 letters from Tyria. That was it. Like I said, she wrote just 2 letters to her. One in the beginning, a real short one, and one towards just before the first trial started. The rest of them are all Lee's letters to anybody and everybody, but the ones that she writes to Tyria are just heartbreaking.
Yes. Oh God, that poor woman.
Yeah.
My God. I do because I can't even remember what it was called now, but I'm pretty sure that was on Netflix a few years ago. A man, true story. I can't remember the name, so I do apologise, but you know what my brain's like. And he got accused of killing someone, and he was sentenced to death, and he was totally innocent, and they didn't find out till
Oh,
years up.
that happens more than you think. I mean,
Oh,
it's a little harder this day and age with DNA and whatnot, but yeah,
yeah.
it actually happens more than, they'll fixate on one person and
I think a
that's
lot of
it.
it is obviously it's like it all around the world, but the police want to be right. They've got to get something, haven't they?
Yeah.
And I just think sometimes it's not fair.
Well, did you guys hear what happened over here, I guess, last night or yesterday with Rob Reiner and his wife? You know who Rob Reiner is, right?
Oh yes, I saw something on Facebook earlier briefly, but apparently a family member has been
Yeah,
arrested.
his son, his youngest son.
Wow.
Yeah,
Right.
major drug addict, in and out of rehab for years, stabbed him and the wife to death.
Oh my God. This
Yeah,
side of Christmas.
so that's going to be a big thing. That's going to,
Wow. That's going to be interesting.
yeah, there's so much weirdness. Holidays bring out weirdness in people a lot of times, I think.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a weird time. It really is a weird time for a lot of people. But oh, what did you see what Trump said about it? What did Trump say? But yeah, no, Shell, I am really, really looking forward to this. So, and I really appreciate you. And I really didn't expect one of my subs, to actually, work in the Defender's office at that time when it was all going on. Because obviously I was a kid back then, so I
Yeah.
would never have heard of her. And of course, when you're a kid, you don't look at the news anyway, do you? And it's in America, so Yeah, very, and I think there's probably loads more cases and probably some cold cases that, we could look
Oh,
over.
definitely,
Yeah,
definitely. I've always been fascinated by that kind of stuff, and
yeah,
especially ones involving kids. That I used to have a lot of different books, psych books and stuff on, because I always wondered what makes children want to kill. And I
yes.
mean, there's just, there was a movie, they've remade it since, but I don't know if you all ever saw the original, came out in the 50s, but it holds up really well. And it's called The Bad Seed, and it's about a little girl, little blonde girl. Patty McCormick was the star in it, and she's just comes from a great family, and she just likes to kill.
Wow.
Yeah, she kills another kid in her class that won a swimming medal, and she wanted the medal, and it just kind of escalates from there. And the mom realizes that there's something really wrong with the girl and tries to overdose her, I don't know on what, aspirin or whatever. And mom takes her own life and tries to kill the little girl. And the next thing you see is dad had been out of town, and dad's at the hospital, and mom's dead and the little girl's still alive, and you're just going, oh no.
God. So she was a right proper little Chucky,
Yeah,
really.
yeah,
Oh
there you
God.
go. Uh-huh. Those
And
kind
it's,
have always fascinated me.
yeah, definitely, especially that young. And it's like over here, Jamie Bulger's,
Yeah,
um,
you guys have had some wild
yes,
ones too.
yes, definitely. It's, oh God, I just don't understand. They must be literally possessed from a very, very young age.
Yep.
Real life
Something
there.
goes off. Yeah, I think there are certain people that are born that way. I think most of the time it's things are done to people that close them off, that cause them to close off emotionally, and
Yeah,
mentally they shut down, and then they do things beyond their control. And I have a lot of sympathy for that, because yeah, I've seen all
yeah,
kinds of things, but there is that 1% that there's no rhyme or reason to it. They just like it.
yeah. It's very, very concerning. And I was watching.
Mhm.
I can't remember his name. I'm going to find it sometime this year and post it on my community page. It's a guy. I think he used to be a criminal profiler, or he was high up FBI something, whatever. But he was saying, um, people know a psychopath. Basically, you know you're a psychopath if, for example, he was explaining that, say, like if a lady, something bad, you walked out your door, something bad happened, a child got run over, or a shooting or something. When you go and you don't have any emotions, and he was like telling a brief story about someone he had to profile, a psychopath, and the as the guy was talking, this guy was trying to get this guy to explain how he felt during those moments. But all this guy was doing was looking in the mirror bit where the
Yeah,
other cops are behind it, was
yeah.
looking at and pulling the exact faces that those people
Wow.
were pulling that day, with their emotions as things were progressing, or whatever was going on.
Yeah.
And he said that's how you know you're a psychopath, basically, because if you can go out, see all that, not have any emotion, go home, and then they normally look in the mirror at the end of the day and mimic, pull the same faces of each person and their facial expressions that day. I didn't even know that.
I didn't, God, could you imagine? Wow.
Wow.
Mm.
That is crazy. But this guy, and there's another lady, oh, what's her? Eva Pom 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 Pos Pom something, but she used to be what's it called for the president? Oh, Secret Service.
Oh, okay.
And she was basically confirming what this other guy was saying, and it was two different, totally two different videos. So that I flipping, I mean, I knew psychopaths were psychopaths that do crazy things, but I didn't know that most evenings when they go home, they look in the mirror and do the expressions of mimicking people that yeah, oh wow, that
I
is
didn't know that either. That makes
the next
sense.
level mucked up, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he used to sit and watch them as well, because some of them had in their prison cells, they had like a little window bit that was just like resin or something, but it was clear, because some of them had to be watched, and he used to analyze them sometimes. And he said they did that a lot. Wow, that's
I know a
crazy.
lot of them talk to themselves, like
Yeah,
they would be normal during the day. And then after, lights out in the evening, they'd pick up recordings, and because, everything's wired for sound in those jail cells
yeah.
and whatnot. And they would sit and just hold conversations like they were talking to somebody in the cell with them, and there wouldn't be anybody
Wow.
in there. It's just kind of, yeah, there's a lot of freaky stuff like that out there. It takes a toll. I was in it for about 23 years, and then just decided I'd had enough, and law will take its toll on you when you deal with people like that day in and day out.
Yeah, absolutely. With so tell me if I'm going stepping a bit too far here. So you were a kind of like
I was a
so
paralegal.
right, yeah, because
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's probably similar to the CPS in the UK, or am I completely off here?
What do they do?
They sort out the court cases and give it a yes or a no, or I can't remember what else.
Yeah, yeah. You basically do everything the lawyer does, except you can't plead a case in court.
That's it. Yeah. Wow. What a
I used to
job.
draft all the pleadings and whatnot. So I was actually quite good at it, but I was all
Yeah.
in it when I first got in it. I mean, I was like, my daughter will tell you that she hated it because I was never at home, and when I
Oh, I
was
can
home,
imagine.
I'm getting phone calls from the jail, going down to see somebody, having to go bail somebody out on the weekends. That's the fun stuff you get to do,
Uh-huh.
and then preparing these cases and getting documents organized and analyzing all the crap that comes in, depositions and discovery. And it's fascinating. And I loved it when I first started it, but years of it takes a toll
Yeah.
on you.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine it being very exhausting as well, and it's a lot of time away from your family as well,
A
isn't it?
lot of
But
time. Yeah. Yeah.
I
And
can
it's
sort of,
emotional too, because you have to kind
yeah,
of harden yourself a little bit.
yeah, I can imagine that as well. That must be, yeah, you can't take sides. This is the problem.
Yeah, and you got to be very careful about that because, if they pick up on that you're getting a little bit soft,
Uh-huh.
wow.
Yeah, you will know about it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and I've had it done before. I mean, it happens to everybody, even some of the best lawyers, it happens to.
Yeah. God, I really admire like anyone who does your work, Cheryl. Is, I mean, I know courts are courts, and we're not all fans of the cops and courts and things like that, but you've got to be a certain sort of character to do all that, haven't you, really?
Yeah, you do. Well, now I've gone the complete opposite. I work with animals, so
Oh, wow. Oh, well, that's better. Well,
I
oh
know.
god, oh,
I do.
probably physically a lot harder, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But I love it. It's a lot more satisfying. That's why I haven't retired yet. I keep saying I'm going to, but I haven't yet. Okay, well, that's
No, thank
what
you,
I have.
Cheryl.
But if anybody has any questions or anything, I think some people are leaving. Bye, Dilly. See you
Yeah,
later.
take care, Dilly. See you soon. Yeah, if anyone's got any questions, if not, we will, so I'm gonna have to go soon anyway because I've got to take the dog. She's do you know what? She's starting to, but yeah, as I tell you about Bonnie's latest, God, if anyone's got any questions for Cheryl, please ask it in the
Oh,
chat.
Alex wants a link. Can you see that plop, Alex? I guess he's asking for the link to the to get on the
Oh,
live.
do you want to pop on, Alex? I can't stay on long, but I'll put it in there. Oh yeah, it has come up. Yeah. Yeah, it's yeah, she started off her old habits again. She goes through stages where she'll only go for W's if you put a treat on her bed. Then she'll get down from the sofa. I've totally lost the sofa walk.
Smart girl.
Yeah, and she won't go down the stairs unless I put a tea on the stairs. She's been a bugger.
Yeah,
But,
she's getting older though, right? Older
yeah,
dogs.
that's
Yeah,
true.
and
Yeah,
the larger dogs tend to get like that. They're not sure of their footing.
yeah. Oh, sorry, Alex, you were there and then you're gone again. Try again. It might be signal issues. But yeah. Yeah, Cheryl's lovely, isn't she? Did being involved with the case, Cheryl, affect you psychologically?
Yeah, I would say so. That's why I decided to retire. I found normally I'm not a depressive person at all. I'm pretty
Mm,
upbeat. And I found it that I would dwell on them a little bit. You know, they get under your skin. And when you sit and listen to somebody describe in detail what they've done to somebody else, yeah, it does. So many years of that, it gets to you.
yes, yeah, I can imagine.
I've never understood man's inhumanity to man. I'll put it that way.
No, it's oh, I think if someone could ever explain it, I think our blooming jaws would drop to the floor. Hi,
Yeah.
Alex, how you doing?
You're up, Flop.
Hi, Alex.
You're right. So I've got to raise an issue about what happened tonight on Candles Live, if that's okay.
Yeah.
So what Candle did, he took one of my videos that was on YouTube, which was a kind of like anti-capitalist party that we were having on the River Thames.
Yeah.
And he's put up a picture of my friend.
Oh, I saw that. Oh yeah.
He put up a picture of my friend saying that it was me. But if anyone wants to know who was me, I am the guy carrying the girl up the stairs that slips on the stairs.
Oh.
Yeah, that's me. It's in one of the videos where she's talking to and he's got the same name. It's in one of the videos where she's talking to him, and I'm the guy in the black t-shirt that's walking up the stairs that slips on the stairs. Yeah.
Oh.
So,
right.
So what Candor has done, he has taken a picture of him, and tried to say that it was me. The same way that he tried to dox Slime and say that he was this man that was whoever it was. So if you listen to the voice, yeah, the guy that's walking around with the phone is not my fucking voice. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
That's my friend's voice. If you listen carefully, but what Candor has done is tried to defend Jane with her gap teeth and tried to say that tried to take a screenshot and say that it was me. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Right. So this is right.
Well, if you go back to his live, like, you will see what he's tried to do. He's tried to like say that person is me and it's not me. So yeah, it's game on with Candor, you know.
Oh God. Oh goodness me. It's all a nightmare, isn't it?
But you know what? But who does that? Like, I think Candor's trying to get revenge for the fact that we saw him on his piss pillow and his like slumped up. He's trying to get revenge for that. That's what he's trying to do. So he's trying to associate me
with words, Alex. I love it.
Well, it is. He's trying to associate me with someone that isn't me to try and convince the public that that's me. You know. So and that's no different to what Trevor's been doing, to what Denise has been doing, to what all these people have been doing, trying to dox people and trying to attack people's mental health or the way they look or anything like that. So yeah, Candor.
Why? Why do you think they want
because
to do that?
because Candor, I get under his skin. Like, there's nothing he can do to me. I haven't got a YouTube channel that he can go after to take my subscribers away. On X, I follow nobody, and I've got followers that I would probably say about 20%, 30% of them are really close friends of mine that I've known for a very long time. And so we're doing a lot of damage to people like Trevor and Fiona and Denise at the moment as well. Candor, we're kind of like laying off him a little bit because he's kind of getting boring. So, you know, we've kind of laid off of him, but he's trying to be relevant.
Right.
But that picture that he put up of me was basically, and I can tell you, if you go to my YouTube channel, it's An Old Geezer. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you go to the videos, I think down below, there's ones that I was, like I said, I was with like an anti-capitalist group at that time.
Yeah.
And there's a video of me lifting a girl, taking a friend of mine like up some stairs, like trying to walk up the steps of the River Thames, and I slip up, and my friend is filming it. So
yeah, I can honestly say, guys, I've watched that video. There is a party by the Thames, everyone having a okay time, and the person in the video walking around with the camera is not Alex. It doesn't sound similar, but you can tell it's not Alex.
I'll tell you what he is. He's a friend of a friend. Like, he's an older brother of a friend of mine. Like, there's a family of Renoufs, what they're called, their surnames. And in my college, John, his younger brother, was a very good friend of mine, JJ. So Alex is the older brother of John, the one that's walking around with their camera, and he's saying, "Where is Alex?" when he's walking around. So he's kind of looking for me. And so what Candor has done, he's gone back onto my YouTube videos that I think were about from 7 years ago or 8 years ago. And I think I was like in my... Anyway, he's gone back to them, taking a screenshot of some bloke, and said that it was me. Okay. And it's really pathetic what he's done. And I've seen people in this chat actually thinking that was me. But yeah, anyone can go to that. My YouTube channel is An Old Geezer. They can hear my voice. They can hear his voice. They can see me, you know, like walking around trying to... And I'll tell you the truth, I think that night I was on a little bit of acid or something like that. So I was a little bit spaced out, I think, at that time, at that party. And yeah, he was looking for me for ages, trying to find me. And yeah, and that's the story that Candor is trying to spin, that I'm the guy that... Yeah, anyway.
Yeah, right. Okay, thanks, Alex, for that. But yeah, the Defenders put the Alex's link
I saw
in the
that.
chat.
Thanks, Defender. That always helps me when somebody gets...
Listen, it like, Defender, thanks. If you can put that link to my YouTube channel, An Old Geezer, you can go back, you can see those videos. I'm the guy in the black t-shirt that's walking around. I think at that time I had like some shirt wrapped around my waist or something. So yeah, that's me. That's Alex at that time. Anyway, bye.
Thanks,
Bye.
Alex. Take care.
You know, Alex has a very distinct voice too. I think most of us that have been on here a while, we know his voice. You know, we know.
Yeah, that's right. And I know a lot of the, especially sort of the old school Londoners, or have, like Alex, who have come from old school London families. They do have the old school London accent, not this new kind of thing they've invented now. The sort of a bit younger than my generation. So yeah, you can always tell who's a real Londoner and who's not really, and you can tell Alex is, you know.
It's funny. I haven't watched any other channels in a while. I just kind of got tired of it. I guess the lack of content, so they have to kind of pile on each other and pick up stupid and I think, God, people, what a waste of time. What an absolute waste. And then I thought, why am I even listening to well, so I know what somebody's talking about. And then I kept going, nah, I don't have time for this crap anymore. It's just ridiculous,
Well, no, this is it. And I just think, in a way, our mission is complete. It's out there. More people know about it. We put a spanner in the works with The Sun. We allowed Tricky and Co. just to have a little bit of a victory lap until things start hitting the fan, and then the papers are going to be doing something totally different. So it's our mission is complete, really, to be frank.
Yeah, I agree. I've always liked Alex, and I just hated the way they would bait him to just send him off the deep end so they could get clicks or whatever the hell they were doing with it. I used to get so angry about that.
Yes.
And then when Denise got in on the game, that was like just too much for me. I was shocked by all that.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it's like we all agree, really. It's they've got, like you said, they've got no content, so they have to start on us, or they'll start on Alex, they'll start on Slime, try and take him down.
Did you see the new baby pictures?
No, I did. Slime did email me the other day.
Oh God, he's so cute! I cannot believe.
It's been so hectic, but yeah, I am going to be having a look. But bless him, yeah. As far as I know, Slime's doing fine. So
yeah,
is Baby.
he is. He's doing good.
Oh, good. That's the main thing. Flop his teeth. No, he can't.
Oh, God.
Yes, the bullies are now exposed, and that was our mission, because since, like, when Mexic started, myself, Fraud, and another guy, and then I met Defender, and everything was going fine, and then bullying started happening, and it all got like it is now, but with the Mexic thing. And we thought, no, Defender wanted to start NATO. We nicknamed it NATO because, pick on us, pick on one of us, you pick on the,
Exactly.
And the whole mission was to find out who the bullies were, not to find out where they live or anything like that, just so that we could put them in a little corner, if you like.
Right, and you know what you're dealing with. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. And so the victims know that there's a safe place they can come to and tell their story with evidence to back it up if they have any, etc. And then it all got out of hand. Fifi came along, and as you know, it all went wrong from there. And then this and that. Oh, it is.
That was around all that. I didn't talk much, and I never went on, but I was around, and I've just slowly seen everything, ORMV, all that crap that happened, and it was just like, oh my God, what the hell? Because there's so many people I like online here, but I just can't deal with some of the way some of that goes, and then I just kind of cut it off, and I think it's sad because there's just so many people I like.
Well, yeah, this is it, and this is the hard thing about it. It's everyone likes us, people like me, people like Melty, people like Slime, people like Alex, but all this infighting, it makes it very hard for this community because they don't want to take sides. And if they do take sides, as in without fact checking, they end up believing one side of the story, and then when we exposed that another channel was lied about us, because we try and bring receipts,
me, Flop, I fact check, so you see where I told you where I ended up with you and your multiple personalities,
Yeah, this is it. I mean, people personality-wise are going to clash anyway, but when it's the slander and the defamation and the threats and the having no
Exactly.
content, so they're obsessed with where I am or where slime is. It's quite concerning, and I just think enough of that now.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I know drama sells, but come on,
Yeah.
there's
It
more
just, yeah,
important
I'm
things
like
to
you,
be.
enough of that already.
Yeah, yeah. But anyway, I'm going to have to go because I can hear the dog whining. And but thank you so much, Cheryl, for coming
Oh,
on.
thank you. I've enjoyed this, and hopefully we'll get this going and everybody will enjoy it because there's a lot to it. So,
Yeah, hi, Maz. We're just about to go because we're all exhausted.
yeah.
But yeah, no. But guys, we'll start this properly in the new year when Christmas is settled, Cheryl's settled, and everything's a bit calmer. Me and Cheryl behind the scenes can go through what we want to start with, and I'll try, obviously, in the meantime before Christmas to get on a live, just to, I don't know, gossip, I suppose, and then next year we'll start completely fresh from any goss, unless it's absolutely, necessary. But
Yeah, and then Flop, ask your subscribers too to email your or on your community page what they're most interested in about this case, which what they
yeah,
want us to start with, and all of that. And thanks, Deb and Aspie and all that. I'm saying hi to everybody while I'm talking to you. I'm trying to read and talk at the same time. That's dangerous for me.
oh
But
no,
yeah, have
I know
everybody.
what you mean.
Yeah, get
Hi,
a nudge.
Couple. But yeah,
Oh,
what we
Lord.
could do is Christmas bingo. Jim, you do make me
There
laugh.
you go.
Yeah, we'll
Hi, Lord
start.
Jim.
Yeah, Defender says, yeah, I think maybe the first one or two will start at the beginning, and then we can put a poll up on the community page.
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah,
good. Oh, hi, Maz. I wanted to say hi to Maz too. I hope you're feeling good
yeah,
or better, I should say. I don't know if you can actually feel good, but I hope you're feeling better.
yeah. Bless her. Yeah,
Yeah.
I hope you're okay, Maz. Oh, thank you, Pixie. But yeah, thank you so much, chat. And I'll see you before Christmas anyway. I can't say when. It's just going to have to be a couple of
Yeah.
hours notice or something. But Cheryl, thank you so much again. We really
Thank you, my
appreciate
dear.
it.
And we'll talk soon.
Yes, you take care. Thanks, guys. I will see you when I see you. Have a good evening, Cheryl. You take care.
You too, dear. Bye.
Bye. Thanks.
Yeah.
Right, guys. Yep, don't forget to like and share, guys, because this case is really, really important. And don't want to keep repeating myself, but cases like this need to be heard again. Because this poor woman, we don't know, because she wasn't allowed to talk really, apart from write letters. And I suppose having that much time on her hands, she felt she had to write letters. What else can you do? But anyway, guys, I will see you very soon. You take care, and toodaloo.